Everybody loves to win. The trophies, the applause, the spotlight. Those moments when the world finally recognizes your grind. It's the gym where character gets built, the silent battlefield where your will is tested, and the proving ground where champions are born. Losing teaches you lessons that victory can never give. When you win, the celebration often overshadows the mistakes, and the joy of success can blind you to areas that still need work. But when you lose, every weakness stands out in the open. It forces you to look at yourself with honesty. The scoreboard doesn't lie, and the sting of defeat leaves a mark that pushes you to improve. Losing shows you the gaps in your preparation, the moments you hesitated, and the things you overlooked. It makes you rethink your strategies, sharpen your focus, and build the mental toughness needed to rise higher. Think about a young basketball player who practices every day, convinced he's ready for the big game. On the court, he misses crucial shots and his team loses. The disappointment hits hard, and for a moment he thinks about quitting. But when the frustration fades, he replays the game in his mind. He realizes his footwork was sloppy, his endurance wasn't enough, and his focus wavered under pressure. Instead of giving up, he commits to fixing these flaws. Over the next few months, he pushes himself harder than ever, improving in every area that led to his defeat. When the next season arrives, he's stronger, faster, and more precise. He leads his team to victory, and the win tastes different. It's sweeter because of the pain that shaped it. Losing gave him something winning never could, a clear understanding of what it takes to become the best version of himself. This is why losing is not the enemy. It's the teacher that strips away illusions and builds the foundation for lasting success. Every loss comes with pain, and that pain is the true price of progress. Growth doesn't happen in moments of comfort. It's born in struggle, when your body aches, your mind screams for you to stop, and everything in you wants to quit. Pain is not there to break you, it's there to build you. Every time you face failure, it's as if life is testing your limits, stretching your capacity to endure, and pushing you beyond what you thought was possible. That discomfort you feel in the moment is the exact force shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Consider the story of a sprinter preparing for a national race. During training, she pushes herself to run faster, lifting heavier weights and practicing longer hours than she ever has. Her muscles burn, her lungs feel like they're on fire, and on some days, the pain is so intense, she wonders if it's even worth it. Then comes race day. She sprints with every ounce of strength she has, but she finishes second. The sting of defeat and the physical pain of training mix into a wave of frustration. Yet, as days pass, she realizes something powerful. Every painful practice was shaping her body and her mind to handle more than she thought she could. She returns to training, now fueled by the understanding that progress is born in the moments she wants to give up. Months later, she competes again and wins. Looking back, she realizes that without the pain of loss and the grind that came with it, the victory would have never been possible. Pain had been her silent teacher, molding her into a champion. Rejection often feels like a wall slamming in your face, leaving you questioning your worth and direction. But what many fail to realize is that rejection isn't the end of the path. It's a redirection towards something better suited for you. Every no you face is steering you away from what wasn't meant for you and toward what will truly help you grow. The sting of rejection can light a fire that drives you to refine your skills, rethink your approach, and push harder than ever before. Instead of viewing it as a closed door, see it as a sign that there's another door waiting one that leads to greater opportunity and purpose. Take the story of a young graphic designer fresh out of college, eager to land her dream job at a top design firm. She spends weeks perfecting her portfolio and finally gets an interview, only to receive the dreaded rejection email: "We've decided to move forward with other candidates." Crushed, she questions whether she's cut out for the field at all. But instead of quitting, she takes a hard look at her portfolio and realizes it lacks originality. She spends the next few months pouring her energy into creating bold, unique designs that truly reflect her vision. Months later, another opportunity arises, this time at a startup that values creativity and risk-taking. She gets the job, and her designs go on to shape the company's brand identity in ways that gain national attention. Looking back, she realizes the rejection from the first firm wasn't failure, it was redirection toward a path where her talents could truly shine. What felt like an ending was in reality a turning point, guiding her to something far greater. Falling is part of the journey, but staying down is a choice. Life will knock you down, sometimes hard, sometimes repeatedly, but true strength is found in how many times you rise, not in how many times you fall. Every setback is a chance to stand up with more wisdom, more courage, and more fire than before. The ability to get back up, even when everything in you feels broken, is what separates the average from the unstoppable. It's in those moments of defeat that the seeds of greatness are planted. Each time you rise after a fall, you become stronger, mentally tougher, and more determined. Picture a young boxer preparing for his first big amateur fight. He trains for months, puts everything he has into his workouts, and visualizes the win every night. But when fight night comes, he's nervous. Midway through the match, he takes a hard hit and falls to the mat. The referee counts. His coach yells for him to get up. For a moment, time stops. The crowd is silent, and all he hears is the pounding of his own heartbeat. He could stay down. It would be easier. But something deep inside him says, get up. And he does. He finishes the fight. He doesn't win that night, but he earns respect. More importantly, he proves something to himself. He has the heart to rise. That moment becomes the foundation of his future victories. Years later, when he becomes a champion, he'll look back, not at the belts or the applause, but at that night on the mat, because that's where he truly won, by refusing to stay down. That's the power of getting back up. It's where you find out who you really are. When you lose, the easiest thing to do is quit. The temptation to walk away is strong because failure hurts, and no one likes to feel the sting of defeat. You know, when you win, you feel like the sting of defeat. But those who embrace that discomfort and keep moving forward develop a kind of mental muscle that nothing can shake. This mental strength isn't built in moments of comfort. It's forged in the heat of setbacks, when everything in you screams to stop, but you choose to continue anyway. Over time, this resilience becomes your greatest asset. It allows you to keep going when others fold, to stay focused when others get distracted, and to believe in yourself when the odds seem impossible. Consider the story of a college student who dreamed of becoming a marathon runner. In his first attempt, he hit the wall at mile 18 and couldn't finish the race. The humiliation was crushing, and the thought of quitting haunted him. For a week, he debated giving up entirely, but something inside pushed him back to training. He began running in all-weather conditions, waking up at 4 a.m. and pushing through the aches that had once stopped him. Each run hurt, but every mile built not just his physical endurance, but his mental toughness. Months later, he returned to the same marathon. This time, when mile 18 came, the pain was still there, but his mind was different. He pushed through and crossed the finish line. In that moment, he realized the real victory wasn't the medal, It was the unshakable belief that no amount of pain or failure could break him. This is what building mental muscle means, learning to keep going, especially when quitting feels like the easier option. So don't fear losing, fear standing still, fear giving up when the fight gets hard. Because every setback is a stepping stone, every loss a lesson, and every failure a forge, shaping you into someone unstoppable. You may lose today, you may even lose tomorrow, but if you keep rising, keep grinding, keep believing, one day the world will see what you've become. That's the art of losing, turning every defeat into fuel and every scar into strength. Now get up, face your fight, and keep swinging until the bell rings in your favor.